Sure wasn't.
Alex also went on Simpcast. Chrissy was having her 100th Simpcast ever. It was a landmark episode.
Very cool.
Congratulations to Chrissy. You know what? Maybe I'll break these two into two videos. Alex Stein fight. And then I actually think Alex Stein versus Brandi Love was a more entertaining fight than Alex Stein versus...
It sure as shit was. I turned Aaron onto this last night, and he couldn't stop listening.
Oh, my God. And I thought Gavin was great in all of it. I thought Gavin McInnes was awesome.
Gavin McInnes, I believe, is a national treasure.
I love
And he's
him.
shirtless for most of this, which is iconic.
So you have this Josie, the redheaded libertarian. And we're going to get a side clip in here for you after the Alex Stein thing because Gavin starts shitting on her really hard.
I think she's a porn chick, too.
No. I think she works
No?
for Tim Pool.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
excuse
I don't
me.
think she's a porn chick, April.
There was some other chick on there that was supposed to be.
I believe Keanu C. Thompson
Oh.
was on there. So you got Gavin shirtless in his son's, what did he call it? His son's fort.
His bunker.
Yeah. You've got Ann Coulter. And, you know, the thing about, like, Ann Coulter, whether you like her politics or you don't like her politics, she's a multiple-time best-selling author. Mm-hmm. And I do think, like, this panel, and I don't dislike any of these people, except Melanie Mac was remarkably obnoxious during this, and so was Alex. But Ann Coulter shouldn't be on a panel with these people, except maybe Gavin.
You're saying that maybe like they're a little below her.
Ann's above all of these people. Like, and again, that's not me saying I think her politics are amazing or she's the greatest. Ann Coulter's like a boilerplate conservative.
That's a great get for Chrissy, though. So
Huge.
Good for her.
Yeah, it's probably one of the big reasons why she was tickling 2,000 people all night, which was great. But
Lucky people.
Lucky devils. But Ann Coulter doesn't like. There's nobody I'd want other than maybe Gavin. There's nobody I'd want to interrupt Ann Coulter to make a point on this panel.
And
you know
Gavin
what I mean?
was pretty respectful to Ann as well.
Well, they're very good friends.
Yeah, I know.
They like each other. So they were talking about girls who have OnlyFans. And to me, this is kind of a hack overdone topic.
It kind of is.
If you have an OnlyFans, you have an OnlyFans. Who gives a shit? If you don't like that a girl has an OnlyFans, don't subscribe to the OnlyFans.
You don't have to sit and seethe about it.
Yeah, you don't have to be angry about, we get it, porn,
Just
whores, blah, 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 so on and so forth. I've said it before. We have these stories of these teachers who have an OnlyFans, and then they get in trouble with the school, and they get fired from the teaching job. I'm telling you right now, if you want to make sure you have teachers in the future, you're going to have to put up with OnlyFans.
Yeah,
because
it's
the first thing a hot teacher is going to do when they see their first paycheck.
Right. Oh, that's not big enough.
Yeah.
And then they'll go on their OnlyFans too and say, oh, that's still not big enough.
I mean, they'll go on their OnlyFans and they'll make, and a lot of them just fuck their boyfriends on OnlyFans or, whatever.
Or just
and
post some titty pics.
Put some titty pics up there. But like, you fuck your boyfriend as long as you don't put the boyfriend's face in it or whatever, I guess.
Right. Do a point of view one.
Right. Maybe
do it from his point of view.
Yeah. Do it like an over the shoulder shot, something like that. A lot of guys don't want their dick on OnlyFans, though, I'm sure.
Unless it's a great dick.
Even if you have a great dick, though, it's the internet. They're going to be like, oh, your dick sucks, bro.
Yeah, but they only say that because they know it's not true.
What I'm saying is a boyfriend of a teacher who's not like an internet guy, just some guy, isn't going to want that out there. He works somewhere else.
Maybe he comes weird. And he's like, I don't want any people knowing.
Yeah, maybe he's got like weird, it's like his cum is like still off-white, but it's got like a greenish hue to it.
I was saying he cries or something.
Oh, yeah,
Makes
maybe.
a weird noise.
Yeah, he goes,
moans way too much. I don't like it when guys do that.
Maybe he's a screamer. I don't know.
Whoa.
Well, anyway, so Alex is on there and he's talking about how OnlyFans girls are kind of whores and this and that and blah, blah, blah. So then Brandi Love is about to appear. Mm-hmm. Brandi Love has been a porn star for decades, and I've, in my day, I whacked off to Brandi Love. And here's kind of the disingenuousness of this clip we're about to play. Alex has whacked off to Brandi Love.
Yeah, and he's about to pretend he didn't.
All these guys have whacked off to Brandi Love. Gavin, Alex, I know Gavin
Probably the girls.
Yeah, the girls have probably watched a Brandi Love video and gone, that's okay, that's
good
pretty
work.
good.
I like it.
I think Alex was trying to make a moment for himself here. I think when you talk to Alex about like his numbers and the throttling and stuff, it does bother him. I think he doesn't like it, which, I don't like it either, when shit happens. But I think he's pushing for a viral moment. This was like old school town hall obnoxious for the sake of being obnoxious Alex. And like, it's not really edgy to go like porn star, whore, butthole, haha.
But
he devolves into like really low level troll here.
It's about to be all that and then some.
Yeah.
And even before that, he was going on about black people and their lack of fathers and like their all these stereotypes, and he was like leaning into them, and even that seemed a bit bit rich.
If it was Gavin, it would seem totally normal. It would be fine. You'd be
From
like, oh,
him, it was
okay.
a bit weird.
From Alex, it seemed every time Alex does stuff like that, it feels like he's pressing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like maybe he was trying to impress Gavin.
Yeah, or he's trying to force it a little bit. But let's check it out. And let's watch Alex Stein. So he already got a win over Mike Harrington. Mm-hmm. Now he's picking a fight with Brandi Love. He's got that boxer energy in him now.
Sure.
And I did
Maybe
my
he's
best,
got to fight Lexington
and the
Steele
next thing I know, I found out she had committed suicide.
Wow.
Oh, geez.
No. That's how a lot of them end up. You can't. It's a sick way to make it.
It's like a kid when they get a mastectomy. It's very similar. You know, they often, so.
Well, I think since we're on the topic of whores, I want to bring in one of my very favorite whores and personal friends.
So here we go. We're having fun with the whore thing. Here she comes.
A little playful lead in.
Yeah.
Miss Brandi Love. Wow.
Just steal a line from Larry Flint, but tweak it to my benefit. The horror is here, y'all. So everybody take a sip of what you need to. Wipe the sweat off your brow and know that it's been really hard listening to all of you all, to be fair, because I really thought that most of you are far less judgmental than you are. But it's okay when people show you who they are. Listen.
Well, yeah,
so Alex and Melanie before this were getting all John 3:16 about porn and shit. And it was really weird. Melanie in this is going to be way more problematic than Alex, because Alex is just doing his yelly, shouty troll thing.
She gets very Bible thumpery, which is fine if that's your faith and stuff. It just seems like a weird.
She basically tells Brandi Love she's going to hell.
She does say that. Yeah. She's like, if she died right now, she's going to hell.
And then Gavin, and I'm only giving you guys the spoiler here because we might not listen to all of this. Gavin then goes, all right, everyone just stop. Brandi is not going to burn in a lake of fire for doing porn, for God's sake.
No.
Hey, Brandi, being judgmental. It's like if you see someone running off a cliff, you want to save them. So for us to be concerned about your soul and your spirit, that's not being.
Hey, Brandi, nobody needs to be saved, but you get paid to lick guys' butthole. Is that correct? Have you ever licked a man's butthole on camera?
Have you?
No, never once, and I never will because I'm not a homosexual. I'm just saying, have you ever licked a man's anus on camera?
I don't have an issue with anuses. What's your problem with buttholes?
What I'm saying is because you're a whore for money, so you're a sex worker. I mean,
Alex.
no, but I mean, we're just talking about it. I know you're getting.
I'm going to be honest with you. Watching this the second time, because like I said, it seems like he's pushing and trying for an edgy thing. Cringy. I think you're right. I didn't notice it the first time. He's trying to impress Gavin.
I think so. I think that him and Gavin just did some shit together at Penn State.
And now he's trying to go, Gavin, look how edgy I am. And the problem is, Gavin likes Brandi. Like Gavin stood up for Brandi this entire time. So.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, Daddy Gavin.
Yeah, this is a bad look.
Getting mad. You're getting
trust me, everybody
your feelings are getting hurt, but you lick butthole for a living. See, I don't do that.
My feelings aren't hurt. I've got money in the bank. I've been married.
Oh, great! All that money will be. Oh, that money. That money doesn't take away all the buttholes you licked, and I'm not mad that you did that. It's great that you did that, but you shouldn't.
Alex is also doing a really low-level troll thing. He's like, "You're getting mad. You're getting triggered." It's like, you seem way more worked up than she is.
That's the thing. The people that always say, oh, why are you so mad? They tend to like over talk. Like they're speed talking over everybody.
It's kind of a defense mechanism is ultimately what it is. It's a troll defense mechanism because they know, I think they know they're going into a place that's uncomfortable for them. They're not being themselves. They're trying to do something. So they're, like I said, they're pressing. Yeah, Brandy's just kind of looking at him going like, no, do you lick buttholes?
She's very calm and measured, whereas like Alex is trying to get out enough insults in a row that she can't possibly refute all of them.
Right.
Not mad, Alex. It's totally
no. I thought you're the one that's shameless. We were talking about whores, and then you come here and you seem like you're upset, but you literally get. I think I've seen the video of you licking a man's butthole. I believe it was on my Twitter feed. I believe.
Thank you. You helped pay.
See, like even Gavin tapped out of this. Like he got off the screen because he's like, "This is fucking cringe."
Yeah, he went to go do something. Then I feel kind of bad for Chrissy on occasion because she, like, Brandi Love's a big guest for her, and she likes Alex too. And then Alex is over here like disrespecting her biggest guest.
My mortgage.
Well, I didn't pay any money for it. It's free 99. 95% of your content, Brandy, all of your content's free on Pornhub. I mean, when you're a big professional whore, I'm sure you make so much money, but think about that. I mean, guys,
Alex, I'm making fun of the word. I'm a slut. I'm not a whore. I don't do things for money.
Wait. So wait. Let's time out. You're a slut, but not a whore. But guys jizz on your face for a living.
Alex, have you never watched porn?
I don't know the difference in the definition.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go get out my Webster's dictionary. But I think if you get jizzed on your face, you're a whore. I hate to break it to you.
Alex, I agree with what Chrissy's saying. You can't say all this stuff if you watch porn.
I don't watch porn. I don't watch porn regularly.
I never watched.
Alex, let me say something with 100% certainty. Alex has jacked off to porn before. Alex has probably jacked off to Brandi Love before.
Well,
so it is a little disingenuous to be shitting on someone you've probably jacked off to.
And like, this won't be in this clip we'll watch, so I'll just let you know. Like, Keanu comes in later and she talks about porn, and people ask her, like, hey, do you watch porn? She's like, yes, all the time. And guess what? Everybody watches porn all the time, and it's true. They do. So,
no, I've watched porn in my life, but I don't regularly watch porn. What I'm saying is, Brandy, I follow her on Twitter, and her Twitter feed's disgusting. There's cum shots, there's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I just like Alex is trying to be a troll, but if you're going to troll, you can't have morals.
Yep.
Like a troll has to be a bottom feeder, a bag of shit, like someone with nothing to lose so they can shit on you. When Alex is throwing out a lot of things here. I follow you on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Why? If she's a dirty, disgusting
don't pay
whore.
attention.
You've got cum shots and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, then you're looking at it. You just said you don't watch porn. You've been looking at her Twitter. And then also now you're doing like a Bible thumping preacher, save your immortal soul, like concern troll thing. And it's just, it's a weird look. I just think he was trying to impress Gavin on this one. I think he pressed a little too hard. He was trying to make a splash, and it just came off as like a weird trying to... Like he was trying to have a moment.
It was a try-hard moment.
Porn star, yeah.
Yeah, this is I think that way of all trolls. I'm like, for somebody who says you don't like what somebody does or you don't watch them and don't support them, you sure seem to think you know a lot about them. Or you do really know a lot about them. One of those.
And before this comes off as shitting on Alex, I'm not, because I think I like Alex. I think he's a funny guy. I'm watching him be inauthentic right now. And like maybe because... I like to be authentic, and I'm entertained by people who are authentic. When I watch someone go outside of themselves to force a moment, it kind of gives me the creeps a little bit.
I think everybody in here, probably except Brandi Love, also said the same thing. Like how we all love Alex Stein, right? He's a friend of ours. But we enjoy him as a person, but this is a bit weird.
Yeah.
She's a friend of yours. I don't dislike Brandy. I'm just saying I'm calling a spade a spade. I mean, you got mad that you're a whore, but you're a whore. I mean, you get paid to get jizzed on.
Tongue in cheek.
I have no beef. No, but hey, but Brandy, if you love being a whore so much, then why are you getting upset by it? You love being a whore. You love going to Exotica or whatever. Don't you love?
Right. She's doing that thing that you do to like trolls that aren't being effective. She's going, you keep saying I'm upset.
You came to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like Alex is trying to convince himself. I think Alex knows this isn't going well. And he's doing like, oh, but you got upset. And I'm like, I don't think she's upset.
I watched all of this last night a couple times. So I watched it first and then with you.
Yeah.
She never gets mad here. Not even for a second does she seem flustered.
Like Alex kind of came out hot for no reason. It just seemed really forced. And she kind of took his shots and threw stuff back at him. And that was it. I think she's even confused. Chrissy's completely lost as to what the fuck is going on.
Knowing her like we do, she just kind of wants her show to go well. And she sees two of her guests having an argument. Now, this is kind of like when Alex yelled at me for no reason. Everybody, once that Simpcast was over, all those girls went to me and were like kind of, Jesus Christ, that was uncomfortable.
Right.
Every single one of them. So that's Chrissy here.
Come on, Brandy. You got to admit
I'm upset.
You have to admit, porn's pretty scummy. Don't you think it's pretty scummy?
That's why I've been in it for 20 years. Yeah,
I know.
I'll admit that.
You don't think it's scummy? You don't think there's guys that abuse young women?
I don't blame you for being jealous of my life. I have a great
Brandy,
life.
you think I'm jealous of you, a nasty whore that's been ran through by about every NBA player probably in the league?
You're
right.
Married.
It costs nothing.
And married, even worse. So your husband's a cuckold. He just likes it when you go get banged by black dudes. I mean, think about how big of a loser your husband is.
Oh my God, Alex, stop being such a bitch.
I'm muted.
Yeah, like nobody here is like, wow, Alex is a ballsy truth teller. Everyone's like, dude, you're just kind of being a cunt.
Yeah, you're just being shitty. Like,
right.
Just because maybe that's not most people's lifestyle to like be married to a porn star and watch her have sex with other people. Maybe that is for them. Maybe that works for them and they're very happy together.
I'd fucking never marry a porn star. But if
somebody did.
But somebody did, and it's no
it's
skin
working
off.
for
It's
them.
no skin off my back. I don't give a shit. Believe me, I got my own problems. But this just comes off as really forced.
I'm just saying it how it is.
It's fun to watch him reveal himself.
Be nice. This is already hell of a stream. This is.
I just think it's funny that she got mad for being a whore, but she literally has a husband that lets her get fucked by other guys.
Alex, I'm sorry. I know you wanted this to be a triggering moment, but it's kind of backfired on you. And now you don't have an ad lib. She's not mad.
He went with another troll line that I always think is hilarious too. Like, I'm just telling you I'm just telling it how it is.
You're pressing.
You're not though.
You're pressing.
Guys and get jizzed on and bang multiple black guys. Let's just be.
Get laid. You really.
I got a girl right here. I got laid 2 minutes ago, and guess what? We didn't have to film it to make $5.99 on the internet like you. We're totally different.
Minutes ago, you've been on here for 30 minutes.
That's a good point. Timing wise, he did fuck up there.
Yeah, logistically, that doesn't make sense.
Alex, she did kind of get you on that one.
I have a girl in my room right now that's way hotter, way younger than you'll ever be, sweetheart, with your fake tits and all your fake bullcrap.
Alex, come on. Like, this doesn't have to be the whole
What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? It's funny making fun of a big whore.
Is it funny?
I think it's
Jeez.
Brandy, do you lick guys' butthole and do you get paid to get jizzed on for a living?
It's a little unnecessary.
Alex, you've been drinking tonight, haven't you?
I haven't had one thing to drink. I just think it's funny to call you out. Yeah, no.
That's another
troll
thing.
moment. I'm calling you out, bro.
I'm calling you out. No, you're not.
But they always say that.
Yeah, I'm calling you out. Bro, everybody knows she's a porn star. She's introduced that way.
But she seems very secure with that, and it's definitely worked for her. She seems fine.
Alex, there's like this is a bad look for you, dude. This is it comes off as it's desperate.
This Brandi Love looks like she's like a good conversation to be had. She looks very like personable.
I'll be honest.
Whereas the other person is just being very
I'll be very honest. When she started talking about politics and shit, I didn't give a fuck about what she had to say.
Well, that's not interesting.
I didn't care about anything she had to say. I'm just saying that this moment here, when you do this unprovoked, it just makes it look like you're trying hard to have a moment. It doesn't come off as authentic. Alex's posture here comes off to me as a lie, and that's why I think it makes me a little unnerved by this. Just seems, and then he's failing. The troll is failing because she's kind of taking it in stride and just kind of like, what the fuck is up with this guy? And then he's like, why are you mad? I got you mad, right? It's like he's devolving into like a 6-year-old.
Well, and there's big names on this screen right now that have like checked out because of this too.
Right. Ann Coulter checked out because of this. So Chrissy lost Ann Coulter, who's got a lot of interesting shit to say.
Yes, she does.
Gavin hung in there. Good for Gavin.
He checked out for a little bit.
He did tap out. You're right. So we lost Ann time and Gavin time.
Yep.
I'm sober as a skunk.
Called out. She's not like
we can disagree, but we can't make her decisions for her. And at the end of the day,
Melanie, I thought you were a Christian, so you.
And I am, and I am
what
not
does
here
Jesus
to
say about Brandy?
Let me
shut
up. What does Jesus Christo say about
Brandy? I am
Brandy?
not here to degrade Brandy now.
You think Jesus likes that? Oh, Mary Magdalene.
Alex!
Oh, let somebody else talk.
Alex, your insecurity is running rampant in this clip.
He's literally red.
Yeah, Alex, shut up. You're doing everything you said you were doing to Brandy. You're being mad. You're being upset. You're forcing a moment.
You're talking over everybody.
Anyone who's shouting that loud over people is being insecure. The only time I ever do that is when I'm worried things are lagging or dragging or anything else. I'll be insecure. I'll be like, I got to pump this up. I got to pump this up.
And you need to assert dominance.
Yeah, this is This is one of the. I like Alex, but this is cringe.
I do too.
Alex, let me talk, dude.
So Brandy's
let me
like Mary
talk.
Mac.
Let me talk.
Okay, he's in a timeout.
Okay, now this is an important part because now Christy. I was thinking of Jesus Christ and Chrissy at the same time, as I often do.
It's a holy moment.
Chrissy just said, I'm going to put you in timeout, which as the host is the right thing to do. He wouldn't shut the fuck up and he had nothing interesting to say anymore.
No.
He created a moment.
He was spinning for sure.
Right.
But he took this into a different space than Chrissy wanted her show to go.
So he hijacks Chrissy's show, which I'm sure he's sorry for. And then Chrissy goes, I'm going to put you in timeout, which means she put him in the backstage room.
Right. He's still there.
She can bring you back later. He left. He pouted and he left the show. And then he was on Twitter arguing with Frank about like, no, I got kicked off. And they're like, nobody kicked you off, dude. We put you backstage, just like Ann left for a little bit. Gavin left for a little bit. Anna left for a little bit. We were going to bring you on later, but you were being disruptive. You wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
We got it. You think she's a whore. You said the word butthole 40 times. Alex, we got it.
You said she fucks black dudes.
You said, okay, we got it all in there, Alex.
Cool.
You tried to get her upset. She didn't get upset. And
remarkably measured.
And now you're just shouting.
Cannot believe how well Brandy handled that, honestly.
So Alex gets put in the backstage area. They'll bring him back later. But instead, he pouts and leaves and then claims he was kicked off. Which
he even put a super chat in there just to make sure that everybody knew that he got
multiple
kicked off.
Super chats. It was a really needy night for Alex.
Aww.
I think he might have wanted to talk about his boxing thing and he didn't get to.
He very briefly touched on it before Brandy came in when he was going on about black people and how terrible they all are. It was really kind of cringy.
Okay.
I am not here to degrade someone like Brandy. Clearly, I disagree with her actions.
This chick
and what
annoys the
she's
shit
doing.
out of
I think
me.
that she's harming her own soul and especially, her own soul and risking her own eternal life.
Why do you care about her soul?
You know, God.
Fuck off with you. You thump your Bible and you talk about your Psalms and your John 3:16. Well, Brandy 3:16 says I just ate your ass.
What?
Sorry. It's got to recreate the King of the Ring promo for this particular segment.
And
no, Melanie Mac annoys the fuck out of me in this segment with the Bible thumping and the porn star.
I usually like her quite a bit for the record. So I like Alex and I like her too, but these two are obnoxious here.
Yeah. For some reason, you throw porn into shit and people, like especially people who are really Christian, they get all fucking weird.
But I'm sure neither of them have ever watched any porn, right?
No,
never. You've never had a weird fetish or an interest?
Yeah, that's a weird
It's untoward.
deal. It's not a weird deal. Like, you don't have to accept porn or think Brandy's great, but like, because of the fact that she does porn, you're going to be like, oh, her eternal soul. And
I'm kind of over that. You stop caring about somebody else's eternal soul. Focus on yours.
I was going to say, try not giving a fuck.
And I was thinking about this too. And mind you, I like Melanie and I think she's adorable. But like the Bible doesn't talk very highly about doing shit to your body either. And she's completely covered in tattoos.
I mean, you could argue Melanie Mac's going to burn in hell for all eternity.
Of course, for the tattoos.
For having the tattoos. Or you could make the argument that all these Unitarian Christians make that, well, Jesus died for sin, so sin doesn't exist anymore, which is such a cop-out thing. But hey, maybe you're all fine.
But maybe that's true.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
God made you for a reason. God put you on this earth for a reason.
And she's fucking.
She's fucking and people like it. She makes people happy with her sex.
Brandy has children. Does Melanie have children? God wants you to be fruitful and multiply.
Wow, that's a good one.
So Brandy's done that. Alex is my age. He's running out of time. He doesn't have any kids. He's not being fruitful and multiplying. Melanie's not being fruitful and multiplying. Gavin made like 3 or 4 Indian kids. He's doing his job. Chrissy's breeding. You know?
Reason, and that means that there's a special purpose that you could be fulfilling.
A purpose.
And
I think I'm serving a youthful porpoise. No,
and this is something that to meet that purpose you need to part from, and you need Jesus.
Can I ask you a very sincere question? And I appreciate you speaking in a normal tone because this is conversational, not screaming. We obviously all have very different opinions. But see, I find that a beautiful thing. If we all thought the same way, it would be 1, boring, 2, ineffective, and 3, not the way God made us. You guys can judge me all you want.
Melanie, okay, I just noticed this about Melanie Mac. She has crazy Christian girl eyes.
I told you that last night. I said, look, she's adorable, but what is up with them crazy eyes?
She has crazy Christian eyes.
They're bugging.
Like the eyes that Christians get when they're going to tell you about the truth of the Lord.
Like this? Oh my God, Jesus.
I'm just praying for your eternal soul. All right, you can't talk to me about my eternal soul until you put your fucking eyebrows down. Capiche? Put your eyebrows down and then we'll talk.
But that's not how God made me.
But I only have one judge, and that's God himself.
And he says in the Bible that what you're doing is wrong and will send you to hell.
I thought you were going to let me speak.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, where did Alex go?
Anne's like, where's Alex?
Did that feel like a motherly scold from Brandi to Melanie, by the way?
It did, but it also felt like Ann Coulter's fucking bored of this shit. And
She is.
She doesn't come on to talk about dicks and pussy, and she's above all that.
And Josie and Gavin, none of them have said anything in the last how many minutes. And they're like some of the most interesting people on here. Josie does a lot of interesting shit too.
Speaking of Gavin, I do want to skip ahead because it basically gets to Bible thumping between Melanie Mac and
it's as bad as you
Brandy
think.
and all that. I want to get to the part where Gavin shits on Josie for plugging her shit.
That was pretty funny.
And Gavin starts talking about how women shouldn't be in podcasting and they should just be in the kitchen and shit.
Meanwhile, he's on a woman's podcast.
I fucking love this clip here. I think, I think this is...
Because a lot of people don't, and it's really important to know your rights.
It's a shame some of the earlier guests weren't here to hear that.
So she's plugging I guess she sells tea bags with the Bill of Rights on them?
She does a lot of breaking down of things like the Bill of Rights and merch that is regarding that.
So she's just basically plugging all of her merch, plugging all of her shows. And I will admit that while I was listening to it, I was like, okay, this is getting a little egregious. Like, this is getting a little pluggy.
But you don't get to say that when Gavin, just before this clip here, Gavin had just promoted all of his shit.
Did he?
Yes. They went through a thing where Keanu plugged her shit. That Star Wars girl plugged her friend's like comic book and said, everybody go buy this and subscribe to this. And it was very sales tactic-y. I mean, so Josie's not out of line here.
So let's see. I really thought this was funny, and I am a massive Gavin McInnes fan. Like, I do. I thought the Proud Boy shit was weird.
It got away from him.
But his commentary and his humor, like, I remember Oz and I, when we would do the morning show, after we would jump right on to compoundmedia.com and we would watch Gavin's show because it was getting on just as we were done. I think it was at 10 or 11 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And we couldn't wait to watch Gavin. He's fucking hilarious.
Well, Wednesdays on the Anthony Cumia show are my favorite by far because he's on it.
Gavin's a very funny guy.
Thank you for sharing that, Josie.
Josie, I bought one of those teabagged Bill of Rights things like you have, and I can barely read the damn thing. I was so excited to buy it and read it, and I was like, oh, this is written in a triple script. So
definitely, and a lot of people have a little pocket constitution, and it's got it all written.
Guys, I'm only playing this because Gavin's reaction is
unfortunately
fantastic.
Don't speak at all anymore. So I broke it down.
Okay, look, I'm sorry to red bar this, but look at Gavin's eyebrows just go up. Like, it's just a sign that he's getting impatient and annoyed.
I know, but he did just get done saying the same shit.
Yeah, natural redheads bug me though, so I'm on his side.
People can understand, and the 9th Amendment, the 10th Amendment are the two most important amendments. So I broke those down. So that's what I do. I think you girls are lovely, and you're adults, and you can do whatever you want with your bodies, and all the more power to you for sure.
Cool.
I
look
don't agree with
look at Gavin's face. He's just itching. That's, as someone who talks a lot like Gavin, I know that look. I'm trying really hard not to say words right now, but I really need to say words.
Well, Josie's being remarkably long-winded about her shit because she's about to leave the show. She has to go.
It's a long fucking plug.
Yeah,
whenever I've been on with Chrissy or Keanu or anyone else, they're like, oh, plug your stuff. I'm like, Steel Toe Morning Show, 6 to 10, Monday through Friday on YouTube. Go follow us. Like, that's the plug. There you go.
Doing it, of course.
You don't need to talk about your tea bags and all of this shit. You can tell them where to go to find out more about you, and then they can find out about the tea bags.
When I do my plugs after Simpcast, I don't go plug our coffee.
No.
Stuff like that. Never.
By the way, crescentmountcoffee.myshopify.com. Go get your steel toe coffee today. crescentmountcoffee.myshopify.com.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at Gavin. Look at how fucking...
You don't like children doing porn?
That talks about
an adventurous take.
You don't. So he's just being like, you don't like children doing porn? That's an adventurous take.
Look at her face.
I think she meant like watching it, consuming it that you were talking about earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm segueing back into your porn conversations. So you can
Gavin, didn't you take your dick out live on air?
Look at Brandy.
I was about to say, Anna. Thank you, Anna. You did.
That was free sex work.
Yeah.
That was
All right,
hilarious.
so I'm just going to segue. I'm just helping segue
hilarious.
you guys back into the porn conversation. You can keep on going with that.
Thanks.
Sorry,
Josie, I've been looking forward to meeting you for a long time, so nice kind of meeting you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you. I do. I really like your work.
Thank you. I like yours as well.
Oh,
Thank you
gay.
so much. Yeah,
Gay.
and I really appreciate you.
Fucking boring.
All right. It's nice to meet you, Brandi Love and Keanu. Very nice to meet you.
Did I skip over the part where did Gavin already bust her balls? I had my timestamp wrong.
No, I think it's about to happen.
Yes, everyone should listen to Josie Spaces on Twitter.
It's plug-a-thon here. It's about to happen.
All right, everybody have a good night.
Sorry, it's awkward. Love you,
Hi,
Josie.
Sorry to see you go.
No, Gavin already shit on her.
No way. Really?
Yeah.
Did we really miss that?
So
he's not even there for this.
We missed Gavin.
She made it.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here it is.
Terrible at your job.
There's
It's terrible. You're embarrassing.
Don't
It's
worry,
really
Gavin.
going on to my
So what
OnlyFans.
we do is we sell the licenses
onlybrandy.com.
to sell.
Oh no. Okay, here it comes. I was off by a little bit on the timestamp. This is worth it. I'm
During
sorry.
the Boston Tea Party, and we're gonna.
So this is 4 minutes ago, and she's still plugging her shit. So now I understand why Gavin's so mad. Josie, we were at 110.50 when she left. For 5 minutes, she was plugging shit.
I
True
understand.
story of what happened because only one account exists about what happened that night. It's only so the people who participated in the Boston Tea Party.
Everyone's
they all took
bored.
an oath
Kind of a
saying,
weird
"For 8 years."
segue. We're talking about porn and kids.
I know.
She's
Well,
doing her plugs, Gavin.
I'm plugging right now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get off in a minute, so I just wanted to.
Okay, that's weird. That's not.
Well,
That's not. a
You
conducive to an
plugged your-
interesting
Oh, bring it back. I'll be getting
You'll be
offline
able to
soon
bring it
too.
right back.
I'm
I
not
promise.
I'll be
working
jumping
on a
off.
water
Don't
It's
worry,
really
Gavin.
going on to my
So what we
OnlyFans.
do is we sell the licenses to
onlybrandy.com.
sell
All right,
water
you can bring it back to
filtration systems,
OnlyFans.
and you
I
can
promise.
go to waterfiltration.com
Look at Chrissy.
and sign up. Use the promo code Gavin, and and you can get all the water filtration licenses you need.
Is that for real? No.
No.
That can't be.
Oh, and all these dumb ladies are talking over Gavin when he's being funny. It's like Brandy and Josie are still talking. Like, let Gavin cook. Let him cook.
It was the Wild West last
Women
night.
shouldn't be in these.
I
kind
don't
of
know. You guys
thing.
get all sorts of stuff.
This is why women shouldn't be allowed in these kind of things. What I've always loved about Gavin is he'll take one thing that he's experiencing and then go, none of you should ever do anything.
Sponsors.
They
She
can't
can
promote
plug
their own
her
shit.
shit, Gavin. She can. They're very good
It's
spaces.
terrible. You're embarrassing. What are you doing? Why are you?
This is embarrassing. What are you doing?
Chrissy's having a remarkably stressful show.
Chrissy's pregnant. She doesn't need this kind of stress.
And she's about to tell Gavin, like, dude, you can just go if you want. She doesn't want to kick him off because it's Gavin McInnes. But
right.
still.
Even
Are you
here?
talking to me?
For me.
No, I'm having Josie. Like we're trying to have an interesting conversation about porn, and she's like, "Hey, I gotta go soon, so check out my thing." Like,
I'm sorry, but
How do
nothing.
you tell your kids?
There's nothing wrong with
be in a
that.
man's
How about that,
industry like
Gabby?
me,
Wow.
you're terrible at your job.
There's
you.
Gavin. There's
I'm
nothing
actually
wrong with
really
having to
successful.
go. Like,
Gavin,
not everyone
right,
can
you
do the
suck.
full time. It's okay to plug your stuff and
suck.
go.
Just
I'm
make
not like.
babies and stay at home.
She made it.
You suck. Just make babies and stay at home.
I hate that they're talking over him. I
know
really
because
do.
he's being brilliant.
He's being shitty and brilliant.
And I feel bad for Gavin because he can't enjoy how funny he is right now because he's legitimately upset.
He is mad.
He's upset that this woman is just sitting there and being a plug machine.
But
And then, okay, so remember, we did we're doing the prequel now. The thing you were watching a little bit ago, she was still plugging all that shit after Gavin just chastised her for plugging.
I can still understand how, like, Chrissy's probably upset with a couple of her guests tonight
Yes.
because, like, it is her show. It's a very big show. Like, almost 2,000 people watch this at a moment.
Yeah.
And she's the one who always tells people, plug your shit before you go. And
Yeah.
it is her show. And Gavin's over here shitting on her guest again.
cute joke about assholes on the internet, which I'm looking at one
That
right
was
now.
funny.
He's right
Yeah,
to
I like
the
that.
right
That
of
was
me.
funny.
And
That was funny.
She was plugging.
What's the coupon code? Before you go, what's the coupon
Pat,
code?
she had a little sign that said help, which I think is how she and I were both feeling, as well as
Okay.
You had
no,
a
you just haven't paid attention.
Make sure you say your coupon code while we're on the debate.
I don't have a coupon code. I don't do discount
Josie.
shit.
Thanks.
Sorry. Yeah. All right, Gavin, can I keep talking or are you going to?
Yes, please promote your thing.
All right.
Yes, please promote your thing.
It's just so catty, all of it.
It's weird how kind of similar Mike David and Gavin McInnes are starting to look to each other.
Ooh.
Like the hair and the
Really?
beard and the sunglasses. Yeah, like I don't mean like facially look alike. I mean just the accoutrement, if you will.
Sure.
So that was Simpcast last night. That was the 100th episode. It was a
It was the Wild West.
It was a memorable show.
I couldn't get enough of it. I
Egg
really
Picker,
couldn't.
thank you for the $5, buddy. Appreciate that. I'm watching the chat just go fucking bananas right now. I'll catch up when I can. He's in a hen house, says Michael B. Yeah, I mean...
It was funny. He was literally in the middle of all these women just kind of ganging up on him.
Right. Put Gavin on a show where he's surrounded by women and expect it to go well.
Part of me didn't really think that he's a good fit for that show, just knowing how he sees most things.
Right.
So I don't know why he was there, except that he's a big name. What a great get. But like, Ann Coulter dipped after the Alex shit.
Yeah.
All that, and like that was a really good guess too.
Symbolic Mind says shitting on a 10-minute plug. I don't think he was wrong. I thought the plug was egregious.
Yeah, but here's where you kind of do, or where you're in the wrong if you're Gavin. It's not your show. It's Chrissy's show, and if she's okay with it, he probably should just shut up.
Right.
Because she does run a successful show.
Alex was disrespecting her show big time. That's not the first time he's done that. He doesn't respect the show.
No, he made everyone uncomfortable when I was on too. Like he does that a lot.
I guess you could say Gavin was too. Like Gavin was disrespecting the show and the host. But the part where I forgive him is that he was at least being very funny. He was saying very entertaining, funny things, whereas Josie was just plugging. And no offense, but I can see where Josie comes from, that Tim Pool world, because it was kind of gross and commercial. And I don't know. It's just... I forgive Gavin for being disrespectful of the show on that one, because one, he wasn't yelling like a psychopath like Alex was.
He was at least calm.
Yeah, and he was being funny. Aristocock says Gavin can't stand to not be the center of attention. I could have something to do with it. Euclid says, I mean, Brandy came out looking for a fight. I don't think so.
No.
I know that Brittany Venti kind of said that too, but she was kind of on both sides. I think that Brandy was responding to the conversation they were having before she got in.
I agree, and she should probably know a lot about that industry, right?
Right. They were talking about OnlyFans and shit like that, and she goes, God, some of the things I'm hearing, it's like holy rollers in here, and you guys are all like saving people's eternal souls. What the hell? And then Alex like, you like buttholes for money? Do you ever like buttholes? Do you ever bang black dudes? Your husband's a cuckold. And you're like, holy autism, Alex, back it down a notch. Jesus Christ.